ladies and me and my husband. Hi, welcome to the Miller Life Kitchen. Today we are using up some of that canned squash. All right, I am using my 8-quart Instant Pot and I am melting in some lard and I'm going to be sauteing off my onions. Now I used a yellow onion and it was a large one, so this is about a half of one. So I have my Instant Pot on saute. That's what I love about using this as a slow cooker. It's not just for, I make yogurt in mine, all kinds of stuff, but it's not just for doing your pressure cooking, which I love it for that. I'm not saying I don't, but this is what I love about this. I don't have to dirty another pan. I can saute my onions and just put everything in here and then use it as a slow cooker. All right, so let's get these sauteed. All right. Now I'm gonna put in my garlic. You only need like a minute for that to start. With garlic, you wanna put that in that it just becomes fragrant. You don't wanna overcook it. About a minute. In the meantime, here is my canned squash. I am going to use 2 quarts, and I am going to be putting the water in as well. It's a great seal. These are from 2020. You know what I'm going to do? I want to show you. See, they're still firm. All right, but I am putting juice in everything because this is soup and it's butternut squash soup. So why not use the cooking? These were canned in water. No salt. Beautiful. I love squash soup. This is 2 Granny Smith apples. This gives it a little bit of a sweetness and some extra flavor. Sometimes I use carrots. Sometimes I add some pumpkin. I'm gonna do it this way today. Now I'm going to add my water. This is 4 cups of water. And I am using some Knorr chicken bouillon powder because you want to use broth. So if you want to use your canned broth, I did get some of my home canned broth out, but I decided I was going to save that. And then I don't put a lot of seasonings in mine when I'm cooking it down. But you can add, sky's the limit. If you're into more of a sweet soup, you can do like your cinnamons and your like fall flavors. I'm doing ginger and nutmeg. And some pepper. Stir this all together. And now I'm going to put it on slow cook. And I'm going to put it on less, which means low. So with the Instant Pot you have, at least for, this is my 8-quart, as I mentioned, less, normal, and more. I'm doing it on less. And I have it set for, I'm going to do 6 hours. I just use a pot lid. This is to one of my cooking pots, and it fits this 8-quart perfectly. So this is how I'm using it as a slow cooker. I am not using the lid that comes with it. That's it. I'm gonna set it on my other countertop so it's not in my way all day. But we will be back later, and then we're going to use the immersion blender and get this all smoothed up. Racket for you, but I am using for my cream component, I am using unsweetened coconut milk. You could use heavy cream, you could use half and half, any of that. Then you just gotta give it a quick whisk again, and that's it. Now we're using my black beans. They are canned in water with no salt. And I rinsed them off really well and put them in the fridge for while I was preparing the rest of it. I'm gonna stir it in, add some kale, which I think kale freezes beautifully. So I always have frozen kale in my freezer. I like to add the beans and the kale just for a little extra component. We like to take this for lunch, so we want it to be a little bit more filling. Sometimes just liquid soups aren't enough for me or my husband at work. So I like it with the black beans and this kale, and you know what? It's healthy, healthy, healthy. Nothing wrong with that. You could add potatoes though, anything you like. I don't add anything else to it, and I tasted it and the flavor was perfect. I thought maybe I would need to add salt, but I did not because of the bouillon. I think was perfect, and I don't use a lot of salt because of my high blood pressure, which I have mentioned before. But here is the end result. It's delicious, hearty, and a great fall soup. This does get thicker as it sits a little bit, and also when you refrigerate it and reheat it, it's much, much thicker. Thank you for watching today. If you like what you saw here today, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. But thank you for visiting the Miller's Life Kitchen, and I will see you next time. Happy fall!